Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Play Mega Man 3 for the Game Boy. Um, this is another old Game Boy game I decided to do. A little longer than Super Mario Land, of course, but still a pretty short one to get ready for my Eevee Nova, trying to improve my LP skills. I'm doing this one post-commentary, or yeah, post-commentary I believe it's called. So I'm not doing the commentary live or anything, because the first playthrough I did with the recording was pretty awful, so I decided I'd just play it through and then do a recording over it afterwards. So, this in this game, you are trying to get to Dr. Wily, who has fiendishly taken over an oil platform that he's trying to use to power his new weapon. Some kind of giant robot or something, you know, you never know. Everything in the Mega Man universe is a robot, so... Now, I don't know that much about Mega Man in general, and this is like pretty much the only actual Mega Man game I've actually played, but, you know, I know, I'm terrible. I'm a horrible gamer. So anyway, this is the stage of Shadow Man, and if you've ever played a Mega Man game before, you know that you get to decide, you know, what level to play when you want to play it, and that each boss has a sort of a weakness to the weapon you can get from another boss. So every time you beat a boss, you get, you know, a special ability or a weapon or something from them, and then that can be used to defeat another boss. So Shadow Man, I think he's the easiest boss to do with just the Buster Cannon or whatever it's called, the main weapon. So I'm gonna do him first. Plus his level's pretty easy. And his weapon is, I believe it counters Spark Man, but I'm going to be using it against Snake Man too, because I like it against Snake Man, as you'll see. It's fairly effective. So, and yes, those are giant grenades with huge eyeballs. I don't know. All these, all the Mega Man enemies in this game make, like, 0 sense to me. So here we are already at the, almost at the final boss. You can see the big Dr. W sign. You know, I have no idea what any of these enemies are called, so I'm just gonna call that guy Giant Jackhammer Man. So here we go. We're gonna take on Shadow Man. And, so I'm pretty sure that, I think he's fairly random. It's really hard to predict it. Like, he does have, you know, moves that you can easily dodge and stuff like that, but he does it very randomly, and it's kind of almost hard to react to some of them. Like, for instance, you know, sometimes he'll do that really, really high jump, which, you know, you can easily slide underneath. And sometimes he'll do, like, a really low jump, and sometimes he'll slide at you like that. So it's really hard to predict, so as you can see, my life kind of got owned there. But, you know, hey... Easy boss is easy. So we beat him on our first try, and we get our first weapon, which is the Shadow Blade, which is, I think, you know, I would definitely say it's probably one of the better ones of the earlier weapons anyway, because it has the most ammo out of any of them, and it's very useful because it shoots in. You can shoot it in many more directions than you can the other weapons. Like, you could do up diagonal and left to right, as I'll show you here in a second. As soon as I pop open the... there you go, there's the Shadow Blade. You can shoot it diagonally, everything like that, so it's very useful. And throughout the levels, I pretty much... Most of the time I just use the regular weapon, just because I don't want to have to deal with, you know, the ammo and stuff for the other ones. But, you know, you get so many weapons in this game that I think while I'm doing the Let's Play, I'll try and demo some of them for you guys, just to show them off. Honestly, I barely use them. But I know I do use the Shadow Blade in this level. So this is a Snake Man's level, so everything's, you know, a giant snake. Robotic, of course, because, you know, in the Mega Man world, there's no such thing as, you know, organic or anything like that. Guarantee those trees in the back are robotic trees, you know? So, you got these giant mechanical snake heads and stuff. And, you know, like a pro, I get hit. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm by no means a pro at this game either. I'm pretty good at these first levels, but in the later levels, I'm sure you guys will see, I will fail royally. So, I think one of the biggest things you have to watch for in these early levels is some like shitty jumps. Some of them are just kind of like pitfalls for you there. Like you'll have to stand on like the exact like pixel in order to make the jump. So it's kind of like it's a little cheap, but you know, whatever. It's an old game. So that's usually the part where I die the most at. There's the main one that comes to mind is Sparkman has one like that, and this one has a couple too. Snake Man does. So, oh, here's another thing. So, I don't know what this guy's name is, but he's pretty much a toilet with eyeballs and feet. And basically, he spits like power-ups at you, and the power-up that he spits at you is random. So if you do this little trick, he never comes back if you play, like, if you get his power-up, you can only get it once. But if you don't pick it up, then you can pretty much keep going back and forth, you know, like that, until you get the one you want. Normally I would go for the extra life, because he does sometimes spit out an extra life. And I also found out recently that he spits out E-tanks, which is pretty awesome. But, you know, I'm not gonna... the drop rate for those is pretty low, so I'm not even gonna worry about that, but... actually, one thing to note here is that this ROM that I downloaded, and yes, I do actually own the actual game, but the ROM that I'm using to play this, I think it's a hacked one, and I was pretty much too lazy to find another one, but basically, you have infinite lives in this ROM, so I'm not really going to worry about it because I'm going to be using save states anyway, so it's not like it's, you know, whatever. You know, I'm no pro, so I don't even care that much about going through without dying or anything like that, or not using save states, so I'm going to be using save states. So infinite lives is not a big deal. So yeah, there is that. That E-tank is pretty rough to get. You need Rush Coil for it. Rush Coil is, if no one ever if you guys have never played Mega Man before, you know that Rush Coil is Mega Man's dog. I cannot speak. Anyway, so yeah, Rush Coil is Mega Man's dog, and he's got this spring on his back, and you can jump on the spring, and he propels you, so you can do really like high jumps and stuff. You need him for that E-tank, but yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about it. So I'm gonna collect some E-tanks eventually because the after you defeat these 4 bosses here, you have to defeat 8 more. But there's like a mini, not really a mini boss, but there's an extra boss in between, and he's pretty difficult. You need some E-tanks for him, so I'm gonna be doing that. So here we go, we're at Snake Man, and we're gonna be going in, and now you would think that, you know, I'd memorize, like, the patterns and everything, I'll be able to dodge all the skills, but no. My strategy here is pretty much just use Shadow Blade and, just kind of fuck him up and just stand there in one place and throw shurikens at him, so if you're looking for strategy, you've come to the wrong place, because I'm just gonna be standing there taking hits and shooting him with the, Ninja Stars. And that's all you really need to do with him. He's not a hard boss at all. He doesn't deal that much damage, and your Shadow Blade takes out his little snakes that he spits out. So, yeah, pretty easy boss there. And here we go, we're getting our second weapon, or actually our second and third weapon, because we get Search Snake and Rush Coil. And that's all the time I have for this one. So I will see you guys next time for the next bosses, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.